Your Relationships Live. I'm your host, Giovanna Burgess White, with my co-host,
Yvette Valdenegro. Hello.
and welcome to part 3 of 3, the final one of turning resolutions into results. If you didn't watch 1 and 2, you need to go back. Like, I'm gonna just say stop right now. Go back. Oh, my hair. And
just stop.
Just stop right now, go back, and then you'll be able to watch this one on the replay. It's good. It builds. We have some great videos. I feel like we were like watching a movie. You're watching us watch the video that you're watching. It's kind of really cool. But it does build up. It does make sense. And today we're going to close it out for you. But for those of you guys who are here for the first time, welcome. We go live every Wednesday. You can listen to us every single Friday. And we have one more episode after this. We have our final episode of the year. We close out season 3, wrap it up with a bow, and then we'll be back in 2024 with some great new things. So we're super excited. And thank you for being here.
I can't even believe this year has flown by, and I'm really glad we're ending it with this series because it rolls right into the exciting things that we're expecting and believing for in 2024, which I know so many people are. So this topic, the reason we wanted to talk about this, like we said in part 1, is why do we do these things? Why are we really setting New Year's resolutions? And it's not to say that we think it's bad, but we just want everyone to think twice about the why. Why are you doing it? And make sure that your intentions are in the right place so that you can really give yourself the best chance of succeeding with what it is that you really want to work on in your life.
Yeah. So episode 1, we really talked about like what the statistics, where it came from, what New Year's resolutions really are, wrap it around really about health, weight, exercise, money, and then a little bit about you. And then our second part was more about just being realistic and what the type of resolutions that we set upon ourselves and the pressure that we set upon ourselves. And then today we're going to go into how to succeed and just be motivated. Like Yvette said, like the why behind it, the feeling behind it, not what everybody else thinks you need, what society thinks you need. So,
okay, I have to laugh. First of all, kudos to our tech team who is now able to do the videos, right? But not kudos to the online system that we work, that the F is now floating because when you change from presentation to PDF, it just, anybody who uses Canva out there, that's always like, so right now we're going to be live.
We're real. We don't get, I tell people all the time, we can't be graded on our grammar, sometimes on our presentations, and be how I cut. Sometimes my little cutter when I do my stuff, don't grade us on that. We're really great coaches. I promise you we can help you with self-time and money. Maybe not so much with spelling.
But I have to laugh because it really looks like be lie and then F it.
F it. I was like, maybe that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay, so let's just talk about so we talked about all the things that we do wrong, right? So how in the world are we supposed to succeed at, and like you said in the first episode or part 1, it's that word resolution, I think, is so weighty. I think even goal is weighty. Like what is your intention? What is it inside that you really want to change or transform in your life? And then you have to ask yourself, why? Like literally, why? To me, as we always say with the onion layers, you have to unveil to get deep down. Every single thing that's listed here that we're going to talk to all leads into what is your motivation? Because if you don't have motivation, you can be the most disciplined person in the world. You're going to fight against the current to be successful. And then you're going to get drained and you're going to get exhausted. And you are going to be the 92% of Americans who do not complete their tasks. So why not this time right now? You're listening to these episodes because you really truly believe, yes, you know what, I do need help in this area. Then listen to this. Start with the why so that you understand your motivation.
Yep.
Huge, huge, huge.
I love it. Also, we talked about this in last month. So if you went through, did we talk about last month? Did we talk about gratitude? I feel like we did. There was one episode we did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like small rewards, spending time, again, we're in reflection mode, self-gratitude mode. Going back, I think we were talking at one of our women's groups and we were just going back and like, can you go back every single month this year and just celebrate something small? Can you go back in like January, February, March, something small for you? Maybe it's for you, for your business, but really for you. Because I think we again, we're ready for next year. We're like, oh, 2024, new goals, new things, but we don't stop and reflect and go, okay, but what about this year? What about this month? What about this week? What about today? Like, go back every single night and what are you grateful for? And if you don't have something, this is where we get, it's like everyone's in the negative. We said it last episode. Do the exercise of, if you're like, I have no idea what I want, I don't know what motivates me, I don't know what inspires me, just write down what you no longer want to do, what you no longer want to feel, because that's really going to help you.
Yeah, which leads to really getting to know yourself, because again, this is what we do. We start with, who are we as people? Who is Yvette? And if I don't know my own self, then how do I know the why? And how am I going to understand where I'm going? And how am I going to expect anybody else to?
Yep.
So then if I start to feel like, well, I feel alone, I feel like I'm isolated, nobody understands me. Well, I don't even understand me. So how in the world is someone else going to understand me? I lived years. I'm sure people are very confused. She's this, she's that, yeah, me too. I was very confused too. But once you get grounded and you really understand yourself, then you know exactly what the whys, and then how those whys can take you and help you be motivated to be more successful.
Yeah, I love this one. Accountability with like-minded people. It's crazy to me how everything that we do in YGC, everything that we do, I think in our personal lives and our business life ties back to community. And I love this part of what we do, because when we bring on new clients and we in all realms of our business, the number one thing that they talk about is how they love being around other like-minded women. And
Yeah.
sometimes, I don't ever take it personal when people are like not ready to invest in themselves, because that's really what we are as coaches. Tons of women need what we do, but they're not ready to invest in themselves. But I also think that they're not ready to be around other women that have already taken a step to 10 steps to 100 steps ahead of them, because that it's day and night. Like, you have to change who you're hanging out with, who your community is. And once you make that step to invest in yourself, the rest is to come. And I just saw it at our party, at our holiday party. It was just, everybody talked about, and even when we just have our consults, people are looking forward to being in that community of like-minded women. And I think that's what sets us apart. But I love this. Like, hold yourself accountable with other women who are like you. There is no competition. There's never competition with what we do. This is really, really all about helping you become the better version of yourself. So I love that one. It was one of my
They say that you're a reflection of the top 5 people you hang around or are most influential in your life. So just stop and ask yourself again, if there's something that you would like to completely do, and those top 5 people are not even close to being positive or encouraging to what or let's say they're completely going in a different direction. No wonder it's really difficult for you to do what's internal, that your inner voice is saying, I'd really love to do X, Y, and Z. But the top 5 people that you're hanging around or that have the influence in your life are not supporting those actions. That's a very difficult place to be in.
Yeah.
So the next one is make a strategic small step plan. Oh my gosh. Hi, this speaks to me in volumes.
Small.
Yes. I was that person. I would like to climb Mount Everest. Okay, good luck. Versus I'd like to just climb half a mile. Like, let's just start with baby steps and get yourself. Okay, this is very real. Next week, I am taking a trip, and it's going to require some hiking. Well, because I sit all day long, and I knew that I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to go enjoy this. So I've been walking longer, and I've actually been trying to find hills here in the Houston area so that I can practice, so that when I actually go do what I'm really wanting to do, I am not at the top of the hill, or that I injure myself and then I don't really get to enjoy the experience of doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
So baby steps, instead of just waking up one day and go, I'll be fine. And then I do my first hike. And the next day I'm like, I'm not doing the next one. What a waste of time and what a waste of a trip. But again, small baby steps and a plan. Yeah. Like, you have to have a strategic plan that supports what you're really wanting to do.
Yes. And then set a daily ritual as a reminder of your goal. So again, if you're in our community, if you're our clients, you know how important it is to start the day with you, end the day with you, however it is, mind, body, and soul connected. You have to have a daily ritual, a daily routine, a routine. Like you just have to. There's no way. I don't know anybody that's successful that just wings it, that just wakes up every morning and goes, I'm just going to figure it out today. And that's again going back to investing in time and money, because some people it is the working out, some people it is having the coach, some people it is having the therapy, it is self time and money. And so you have to, if anything from this resolution series is the taking the time, set it aside for you. If you're doing nothing right now, an hour a day for you is going to seem impossible. Impossible. So if you're doing nothing, start with 5 minutes a day for you. Then take it to 10. Like that's how we're like, these really do work hand in hand. And then all of a sudden, an hour in a few months, 6 months is going to seem like, oh my God, why wasn't I doing that ever? Because it's just a ripple effect. Putting yourself first, doing the routines, setting those baby goals. Again, it could just be washing your hair today. That is a freaking goal. Okay, do it. And then you're like, okay, I did that. So set a daily reminder. If it's just 5 minutes, put an alarm, turn off your, whatever it needs to be, you need to start putting yourself first and doing something daily for yourself.
Yeah. Which leads into the next one. That was a perfect segue. You've got to surround yourself with the greatest success. And that is everything from putting your phone in a different room, turning it off. And this is not self-serving when I say this, I really do believe it. Get someone, be around someone who has done the very thing that you want to accomplish, because they've already been through it. Their aura, their energy is already, just being around them, you're going to glean some things from, like, they did it. There's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with counseling. There's obviously nothing wrong with getting coaches, and there's nothing wrong with surrounding yourself with people that you really admire and go, they did it. But not just watching, even though that's really great. Invest in, ask them, would you take some time to help me? And again, not self-serving, get a coach who is going to help you get to the level that you want to be. They've been successful in that area. And let's just be real. You haven't been for a reason. There is something there that is a roadblock, a hindrance to the reason why you haven't been able to be on the journey maybe that you've wanted to be on. And again, it goes back to the layers of, it just does not happen overnight, but you've got to be in the mindset of, I'm going to invest in this. Yeah. Listen, I really do believe this, and I don't mean to step on toes, but we always hear the success stories, which are amazing. And then we hear when people aren't doing so well. I would say 99.9% of the time when someone's not doing well, it's because they really haven't taken that investment. And whether that's the time, whether that's with themselves, whether that's with money, whether it's, taking a class, reading a book, getting a coach, or, like I'm saying, finding someone who can really help you get in the direction, it's just not happening. Yeah. And then we wonder, we look at ourselves and we're like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't the mountain moving? Why aren't billions of dollars coming to my bank account? Why isn't my relationship getting what? Well, not just what have you done, but who are you truly being to get you to where you want to be? And did you really put yourself in the best environment to be successful?
Yeah. Which ends with practice kindness with yourself. Ugh. If you go back, I think a few weeks ago, I posted something about that. And it's important. Like, we give and we give and we give, and then we're last, we're tired, we don't have time, we don't have the energy. But start practicing self-gratitude and start practicing kindness, and just waking up with being grateful for being who you are and what you can do. I promise you, the minute you start filling your cup first, it sounds crazy. But for those of you guys who have been watching us and know us for years, this is not sounding crazy anymore. And then for our clients who are like, oh my God, thank God I'm doing this, and thank God I'm investing in myself. It all goes back to self-time and money. Everything we talk about. But the world revolves around that. So I can't wait till one day we're like doing our TED Talk and we're just talking about the trifecta of self-time and money, and people are like, oh my God, these women are amazing. I'm like, yeah, but it's we're not teaching you or telling you something new. All we're saying is, this is reality. Like it or not, we're all in the same world. This is what the world revolves around. And the minute you decide that you want to put yourself first, really have a great relationship with time and money, everything falls into place. There's been nobody that's like, oh, I've done all the work and I really have a great relationship with time and I have money in my account, but my life is horrible. It really isn't. There may be people making a lot of money out there, but they don't have a good relationship with time because they're working 24/7. We've seen that. And they have no relationship with anybody else because all they're doing is working. So it is a trifecta. They're equal. They're all equal, but you have to start with self.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for some tech? You ready for some?
We're ready for the tech.
All right. Episode part 1, part 2, and part 3 have these amazing videos. Is my sharing? Can you see it?
No, not yet.
No, because sorry, tech did not do that right. Share screen. All right. Go there.
I have a problem with New Year's resolutions, not because they often fail or because they're too difficult, and not because I'm bad at them either. I mean, I've only been in love for 4 New Years. No, I have a problem with resolutions because people think that that's it. It's the wrong time to change. Now, don't get me wrong, we definitely all need change. I have no idea how to ride a bicycle. I know, but I have no idea what a toilet is for. And some of you, yeah, you probably should get out of the house more. But one big decision probably isn't going to do it. Sorry. So now what? Flush your resolutions down the toilet, the one my little brother can't use? Of course not. Keep your resolutions, but go easy on yourself. Will you change? Maybe, but probably won't fit in one big moment. It'll happen in thousands of little moments. Every time you choose to forgive or slow down, or be grateful or stay calm, each little moment that you choose what's right instead of what's easy. Faith instead of doubt, love instead of hate. That's where the change happens. Even if you fail 1 or 2 or 30 times, it's okay. You've got thousands of more little moments ahead of you. You'll get better. So happy New Year, God bless, and I'm off to ask my dad to get a bike, if so, or a pony. Bye!
Is she not adorable?
First of all, we don't know her, and we did not pay her to do that. It was pause, slow down, take time. Like she was like failing. You're gonna fail thousands of. It's fine. It's y'all. Stop putting all this pressure on yourself. Like again, you know us, you've heard us, and if this is the first time, welcome. Welcome to the shit show. This is real. This is life. Like go back to season 2, 1. We have been talking about this for the past 3 to 5 years. And if anything, again, I haven't even brought up COVID in so long. I think so happy and thankful that COVID happened because it allowed us to really change the way we look at living our life.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say it anything. My kids, every generation that went through it, especially older to us, to their kids, have been able to say, these books that were written, the society that I've never read before, but I don't know, have such like that's what we live by. They're gone. We burn them, we rip them up, and we're now writing the book for ourselves. So we love her. I'm glad that
is she not just adorable? I was like, totally. I'm like, I cannot wait to do these videos because these are so perfect. And I love when she talks about change because it's like, listen, change happens. There is not one thing I could do right now, even if I had $1 gazillion to change. Change is going to happen. But the great thing is we have more control over that than we realize.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a decision. We either allow change to make us or break us because it's going to happen. You either think of it in a negative way or you think it in a positive way, but you cannot control it. Right now, my body's changing. The cells in my body, who I am. I mean, I can't stop that. I mean, my heart's beating right now. I can't stop that. So there's changes happening. There's mental change. Stop it. And then the other thing is when she says, you're going to fail 1,000,000 times, right? But I love this analogy and I remind myself this all the time. our lifespan, or just let's take this last year, just 2023, was 300 plus days. God only knows how many hours, and God only knows how many moments and minutes we're in. I don't know that mental math, but every single moment I do have the opportunity to change, to be, and to like just be in the moment and really dictate my life, right? So those little steps, little step, little step, little step, at the end of the year, I can go back and see how were those little steps. But it's disappointing when we look back and go, oh, but I didn't really do a good job at the steps. So that's why it's so important in the moment. In every single moment you choose, I'm going to do one tiny little thing to drive me in the right direction, because that one little tiny thing over time keeps going and going and going, and you're going in the right direction. And this isn't, I just want to end with this deep thought that I love right now. This is like my whole being right now. Yvette at the beginning of 2023 and the Yvette now, who I was being January 1st of 2023 over time has created Yvette who I am today. So when you think about who you want to be in your future self, then you're honoring your future self. If my goal is a certain thing, then I honor my future self by taking those little steps every single day to be more and more like her. So you are talking to your future self, just like we tell the stories in our head about our past selves. You can rework all the stories in your head to encourage and be more like your future self. It's a deep concept, but it's true.
I love that ending. I love that closure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the 3 parts. If you didn't watch part 1 and part 2, go back. Videos in each one, lessons in each one. We'll be back next week with our final episode of 2023, our final episode of season 3. We're so excited to celebrate with you. We have some exciting news. We have some exciting new things. Until then, you know how to find us. If you need to get on a consultation, although we aren't really working this last 2 weeks of the year, get a consultation for January. Get it on the books. Get it on the calendar. You'll feel 1,000 times better just doing the questionnaire. The fact that you just took 2 minutes, 3 minutes for yourself, and then we'll see you in 2024. We can't wait to help you start really creating a healthy relationship with yourself. So until next week, bye.